people wonder, what the hell is a tech entrepreneur, AI serial entrepreneur doing building a meta company? Well, I'm going to tell you a story. This is my friend Marty, patient X. Marty was diagnosed with Alzheimer's at 83. And just one of 500,000 new Alzheimer's patients every year. She was diagnosed, and for 3 years she declined, and there's nothing they can do because there's some drugs out there that slow the progression, and they have horrible side effects, like brain hemorrhage and death. There's some legitimate therapeutic approaches that help the brain improve, and there's a lot of snake oil. People that sell you crystals to cure Alzheimer's. Well, her daughter didn't buy that. Her daughter said, I'm going to do something, so she put her in a program. 3 years after the diagnosis, it would have been her progression, the red line. If she took the drugs and ignored the side effects, that would have been the response. But this is what happened. Not only did we stop the progression of the disease, we reversed it. And my friend Marty, patient X, had a 90th birthday last month and scored normal in a cognitive test for people in her age group. Now, if I only had Marty, I should stop. If I only had patient X, I have permission to use a name, by the way. If I only had patient X, I wouldn't be here. We did a trial with 8 people. 7 of them had exactly the same result. A trial controlled by an independent party, validated by the FDA and the National Institute of Health. Now, it's not magic, and it's definitely not crystals. An accidental discovery that uses radio frequencies to produce a transcranial electromagnetic treatment that physically changes factors in the brain. 10 years. This is not something that became something overnight. 10 years, multiple patents, $7 million. Last week, we got selected to be part of the Alzheimer's Moonshot program. Press release coming out on Friday. It's a long trip, and it's not, we believe in doing good, but also doing well. It's a huge market. People ask me, well, how big is your market? Well, brain health alone is a $500 billion market. And we're not building a company that's not going to be profitable. We have a clear path to profitability. My forecast, 35,000 devices in 3 years. Consider that 1.5 million new Alzheimer's patients in that same period. I generate more than $100 million in gross margin. That's a lot of money for me to keep doing research and keep improving our technology. You know, we have a vision, and I always tell people there's a fine line between a vision and a hallucination, right? The way I fix that problem is my team. We're all geeks, engineers, doctors, scientists, brain people. We're all focused on one thing: get this thing to market. We're raising 2 rounds, and I can explain why we're doing 2 rounds and all that stuff. If you're interested, we'll look for an investor to add to our lead investor. That's Stage 1 Ventures out of Boston. You want to talk about that? Happy to talk to you after this. And I got to tell you, that line right there gives me goosebumps every time I see that. That's her daughter, who sends me pictures every month of Marty. And personally, what the hell is the point of being 90 if my brain is not functioning? Come help us. Bring hope to a lot of people. Thank you.